Hey, I'm Kenzie.
And I'm Megan.
And we are going to do a Q&A. Okay, so first question, when and where did you meet? So we met a little over a year ago.
April.
April?
April 27th.
Okay. April 27th of 2017. We met through a mutual friend, which was super cool. It was very unexpected. I was hanging out with our mutual friend, and then all of a sudden she was like, oh, hey, my friends are going to come over. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Sounds good.
And then we all went to the club. And you know what happens at the club. And things got a little wild. And I wasn't really planning on talking to her again because it was weird and I felt really awkward.
She didn't like me. She did not want to be my friend at all. The next morning, we all woke up at my friend's house. And I went in there and tried to talk to her, and she wouldn't talk to me. She pretended like I wasn't there, and then we all went to breakfast. She continued to pretend like I wasn't there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, our mutual friend was like, oh, Kenzie's coming to breakfast too, and I was like, why?
Yeah, she is a brat, guys. You guys might think I am, but it's definitely her. And then suddenly she started to kind of like me, so then it got better from there on.
It was never that I didn't like her, it was that I just felt weird and awkward, and I didn't know what page we were on.
We were hanging out.
Yeah.
That's what page we were on. She wasn't feeling it. Next one. How do you handle jealousy?
I don't.
Personally, jealousy is definitely something I struggle with, but in the end it all kind of just roots itself from self-confidence, and so you just kind of have to be more confident in yourself and confident in your relationship and just trust your partner. And, you know, I think that jealousy is something that even the greatest relationships can struggle with, but it's just something that gets better over time.
Yeah, obviously I trust her a lot more now. You know, in the beginning you're usually really scared and it's really easy to automatically be like, I don't trust you, I don't trust anyone. I think over time it definitely builds and builds, and as long as you don't do anything to
break trust, ruin trust,
because then that sets you back a lot.
Okay. What advice would you give someone who is struggling to accept their sexuality?
Hang in there. I mean, don't rush yourself, and if someone tries to rush you, like, don't do that, because if you come out before you are ready, it's just going to be really bad. So I definitely don't rush it.
Labels are a huge thing that people want to do nowadays, you know, bisexual, gay, lesbian, pansexual, you know, everything like that. You don't necessarily need a label.
But if you want one, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't feel like you have to label yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to fall under a category, is basically just what I'm saying, you know. You can be who you are and just the way you are, and, you know, you don't have to be one particular thing.
Yeah, I mean, who said that we have to be one thing? Like, if you like a girl and you also like a boy at the same time, who cares?
Yeah.
Just feel it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to be one thing or the other, and if you like one gender and not the other sometimes and vice versa, like, that happens.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Labels, I think, just kind of limit you.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen. How do you come out to your parents? Honestly, I really don't think that there's a right or wrong way to do this. For me, my mom kind of pretty much, she knew that I was gonna end up liking girls, or that I did like girls from a very young age, and she's kind of waited for me to come to her about it and to talk about it and whatever. But there was definitely no judgment at all.
Yeah, mine was a lot more difficult, but on the question of how do you come out to your parents, I think it's very, what's the word? Very specific. Is that the word? Specific to each set of parents. I think it's very specific to your situation, because you wouldn't go about it the same as someone else would who knows their parents are completely different than your parents. And sadly, sometimes I'd say it wouldn't be the best idea if you know your parents are going to react super, super negatively. I would probably wait, as bad as that sounds, because they might kick you out. I've heard so many stories about parents kicking their kids out when they find out, or abusing them, or anything along those lines, which is really sad and unfortunate. But yeah, but if you don't know, I mean, I would try to slip in some stuff sometimes and see how they react, or
If you don't know how they feel about
tell them when you're ready, but I wouldn't rush it, and I wouldn't think you have to do it, especially if you know they're going to react super negatively. My story is really long, so that would have to be.
Yeah, we can do another video on how we came out to our families, because it's going to be definitely going to be a long one for that. But how to do it is just, it's completely based on your family and how you think they're going to react. And the best advice I can give to you is just never hide who you are. Don't be afraid to be who you are, exactly the way that you are. And if you are yourself the whole time, then that's going to be the best way to do it.
Yeah, and in a perfect world, your parents should always love and support you regardless, because in the end, it doesn't matter who you like. Like, if they knew or they didn't know, you're still the same person to them, so I don't know why it should change anything.
Okay, next question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
That's a fun one. We would both be immortal.
Oh yeah.
If that was a superpower. But if we're just sticking to, like, invisible, flying,
super hearing, super strength, that kind of stuff. Teleporting.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely pick teleporting. Yeah.
Why?
Well, my whole life I've wanted to teleport because my family's in Ohio. So it'd be super convenient to go there for a day, come back.
At Dad's house? At Mom's house?
Yeah, and plus traffic is just annoying.
To avoid traffic. That's why she wants to be a superhero, guys.
Not really a superhero, that's why I want to transport. I mean, teleport.
Okay.
I don't even know the word.
Okay. Me. I've always wanted to be invisible because, I don't know, I just think it would be cool to be able to sneak around or, you know, be places you're maybe not allowed to be, or, you know, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
How do you handle low days?
I don't have really good coping mechanisms. So I usually just lay in bed and sleep, which isn't really good.
Yeah, that's not a good answer, guys. Don't do that at all. That's the wrong answer. Low days. Okay, so coming from someone who has suffered from depression in the past, and I still definitely battle with it, it's just about being able to pull yourself out of it. I'm still learning every single day how to deal with low days and how to deal with just feeling unhappy or not good enough or things like that. And it's really just about, you know, balancing it out and pulling yourself out of that situation. So if you're having a really low day where all you can seem to do is lay in bed or sit and do nothing and not hang out with your friends or ignore loved ones or anything like that, push yourself. Push yourself to do that. Push yourself to get out of bed and take a shower and go sit outside. Even if you really don't want to be around other people, you don't have to be, because sometimes that's even hard for me. Just go out and do something. Don't just lay in bed. Don't just sit alone in a room and cry or listen to music, and, you know, don't do that. You want to pull yourself out. You want to go and try to, you know, take that low day and make it a high day and make it a fun day, and always just try to love yourself and improve yourself and feel better.
Yeah, everything she said. It's all really in your head. Like, not to say that in a bad way, like it's not real. Like, no, it's real. But, and if you just think those thoughts that you're having, like, that's it, those are the only thoughts, and you're done, like, then you're done. You're done for the day. But if you know, tell yourself, it doesn't have to be like this. Like, I can get up, I can go outside, I can do what I'd like to do.
You can do it. Okay. Who made the first move?
Definitely me. I was really intoxicated. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, and it was really out. That was not.
It was completely out of her comfort zone. Like, so far away from who Megan actually is as a person is who she was that night, and I don't know why either. Like, I wasn't desperate. I wasn't sad or anything. I don't know what happened. I think, in all honesty, it was just because it was supposed to be that way. Yeah, I definitely think it was fate, because I've never done that in my life. I never planned on acting like that in my life. I've always been super, like, shy, I guess, but, like, I would never just put myself out there. Yeah. We took an Uber to the club, because that's safe. Don't drive drunk. And so we took an Uber to the club, and we all drove together, and it was fun. We had a good time riding there, playing music, whatever. We're walking in, and then we get inside, and no, we were in line, and you mentioned being bi or something, and I was like, all right, here we go. And then we get in, and the rest is history. I don't remember anything. Okay, I may have mentioned that. Anyway, so we get inside and she, grabs my hand. She's like, let's dance. And so we go and we start dancing.
Pause. And I don't even dance. So that's another weird thing, too.
She danced.
I would never have said that.
Yeah, we said that that night. Grabs my hands, we're dancing, we're having fun, whatever, and then all of a sudden she turns me around and just starts kissing me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm taken back, totally.
She's like, no.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's fine, let's just have fun, let's dance, I'm not looking for anything. And so we danced the rest of the night, and then we ended up going back upstairs, got more drinks, blah blah blah, and then next thing you know it, she has me against the club wall.
Yeah. It wasn't me.
It was the alcohol, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, I made the first move. It was weird. In real life, I feel like she's more of a first move person than me. But that's how it happened. That's how it's supposed to happen, apparently.
For sure. One thing you love about each other.
How do you pick this one?
Good
okay.
answer.
Physically, your eyes. Her eyes are my favorite. They're really pretty. And they got little specks in them. So that's definitely something I love about her physically, but other than that, she's just super, super caring. She cares about me so much. Loves me so much.
Okay, I'll do one of the physically and emotionally too, because I always like to answer that question that way. Physically, I love her eyes, but I won't do eyes since she did that. I'll go with her hair. I think her hair is beautiful. I am obsessed with curly, long hair. I think it is so gorgeous, and I love it. That is probably my favorite thing physically about her. Yeah. Emotionally, my favorite thing, probably that she mellows me out so much. She's such a calm and collected kind of person. She pretty much just stays in the chill zone, and I'm a very high maintenance kind of person, and so being with her, she definitely balances me out and brings me down to reality, I would say. So I would say that's probably my favorite thing about you in that sense, is that she's my other half.
Yeah, we definitely balance each other out.
Have you guys ever been bullied for being gay?
No. Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I personally haven't ever suffered from this. Thank goodness. I'm really lucky in a lot of ways with my sexuality coming out. It was very easy for me, and every single person in my life was very accepting of me.
Yeah, we kind of landed right in that time zone, right where it kind of crossed over to being way more accepted. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know if it would be bullied, but the most I've felt victimized from is adults. I remember when I would hear what an adult said about me, or I don't know, I wouldn't say bullied, but they've definitely had the most negative things to say. I've never had a friend or someone I went to school with say something about it, or has never gotten back to me if someone has with it. But just because we haven't
doesn't mean that other people don't.
Yeah, we know that
it's a very real thing.
Yeah, so
for sure.
If it's happening to you, there's plenty of other people going through it as well, and especially with social media now, there's so many ways to find people just like you and talk to them and connect. I think it's definitely something that would help for sure. Just reach out. Never think you're alone, because definitely not. There's a ton of us. Gotta find them.
One thing that I can think of personally, at my job not that long ago, I actually heard one of my coworkers. They were just kidding, people use the word gay in many different ways and whatnot, but I don't care. If you use gay that way, it's fine. I'm not gonna get super offended, whatever, but I really do not like the F word. That isn't, I really super don't like it. The Q&A.
What?
You have to say Q&A.
You can say question and answer, but that sounds lame.
Q&A.